Hello everybody, this is Llodg, and today I am once again back to talking about how I am optimistically excited about an Avatar project. And today I'm talking about the Legend of Aang movie. And this movie has been publicly known for a while, but it keeps getting pushed back, and this is why I'm actually talking about the movie, because it got pushed back again, and I totally forgot about it the last time I was talking about Avatar stuff. But I was just surprised that this one got delayed again, and it's in 2026. But I am just so surprised that it's been pushed back, but it makes a little bit of sense because we haven't even seen a single trailer. And that's like the biggest worry for me and why I'm only optimistically excited about it, because I am hoping that's good. But I'm wondering if it's in kind of like some sort of development issue or something. I would assume not, you know? Like, I would assume they would kind of have the story already planned out at this point, hopefully, and they're not like changing sections up. I think it's still 2D animation, which is good. I think Avatar should always go for the style because it's so good and it's Avatar, so I think you have to go for that. But this movie, like the title suggests, follows Aang, and I think Aang and Katara are the two like definite main characters. Like I think the rest of the gang will kind of like show up, but it's not going to be like a gang movie, you know? So like I hope Sokka is a big part of it because Sokka is just a good character and he wasn't even in Legend of Korra for like other than like one scene. So I'd love to see more of him in this movie. I am sure Zuko's going to be here because Zuko's like the character for Avatar. So yeah, I don't know, the world of Avatar at this point is kind of interesting because between Aang and Korra, technology made a pretty big shift with all the Fire Nation stuff. So that's going to be kind of cool to maybe see how different it is. Obviously it's not going to be like the 60-year time difference. But I do think this is Aang in like his teenage-ish years, maybe like 20 years old. Which I think is a good like age range because it kind of ages up with the original audience. So I don't really know anything too much about this movie. Like I don't know what Aang's doing. I don't know what they're kind of up to, you know. Like I don't know who the big bad of this movie is going to be. Okay, I actually just looked it up and Dave Bautista is actually the villain of this film, which I think is a great villain to have, but it doesn't say too much other than that. I'm actually really excited to see Dave Bautista voice act in this movie. But they also changed some of the main cast. Aang, Toph, Katara, and even Sokka that I'm seeing on here. They're all different from what they were in the original show, and it makes sense for most of them. But I feel like I remember hearing Dante Bosco being back as Zuko, but I don't see him on this voice cast. Steven Yeun's also here. He's a great voice actor. He was in Invincible. He's like a good actor, and it doesn't say who's going to be here, so I don't know. And this could all be fake, I guess, on Wikipedia, but I'm gonna trust them. This movie is also being produced by the two main co-creators. I'm glad they're a part of this. They were part of the Netflix show, then they left. So I'm hoping that they'll stay on for this one, and I'm sure they will. I'm a little surprised that they aren't like writing it or anything, but being producers is probably for the best, to where they can kind of say, oh, this is where we want the world to go or whatever. But having different people actually write it may be good, but I don't actually see who it's being written by, but it is being directed by Lauren Montgomery. And she's actually done stuff for like Justice League Unlimited, and I'm also seeing that she storyboarded some episodes for Season 3 of The Last Airbender, so that's actually really good in my opinion, and she's also worked on The Legend of Korra. I'm actually a little bit more excited now that I'm actually looking into this, because she's been a part of the series for a long time. She has a great filmography, so I'm just excited to see how she does it, you know? So yeah, I'm really excited to see all them working on it, so at least they have a good base, and I'm hoping that they can tell a good story. I am going to be honest, I don't love the title for the film. The Legend of Aang, too similar to The Legend of Korra. I get they couldn't call it like The Last Airbender. I just don't like that Legend of Aang is so similar to Legend of Korra. It's going to make it confusing for me when I'm talking about it because I'm accidentally going to slip up and call it The Legend of Korra or call The Legend of Korra The Legend of Aang. I don't know, I think it's a fine title. All in all, you know, like I'm not like, oh, this film's going to fail because it's The Legend of Aang. I kind of wish they'd give it a subtitle to like say what kind of movie this is. I think that would, at least in my opinion, help me differentiate this movie from that series. And it would also just be kind of cool. I don't know, I'm kind of weird and I really like subtitles for movies and stuff. And if this does really well, they could want to potentially make another Legend of Aang movie. And I just don't want it to be Legend of Aang 2. I guess that's getting too ahead of myself. And that first trailer, I'm really hoping is going to be great, but we'll see. I feel like there's been a lot of misinformation about the like Avatar studios, because I feel like I've heard that there's going to be a Zuko movie and a Kyoshu movie and blah blah blah, and I don't know if we're going to see that. At this point, this Legend of Aang movie is the only thing in existence, that in the series. Other than that, I'm not going to pay attention to it, you know, if I see a headline or whatever. I'm also curious how much we'll see the past avatars, because unlike in Korra's time, Aang actually has access to all his past lives, and I assume when he's in this like young adult 20s phase, he's gonna have access to kind of go through and find whichever avatar he kind of needs to talk to. And I'm assuming that we're gonna see Roku, just because I feel like Roku's a big name. Roku and Kyoshi, I feel like if we don't see in this movie, it's gonna be a shame for like cameos, because those are just like, in my opinion, the two biggest avatars, especially Kyoshi. But I don't know how much Aang's gonna actually need them, because I feel like as you get older as an avatar, you don't really need the past lives as much as like Aang did when he was younger. But I'm assuming we'll see some. I think that would be a cool story beat. And I would love to see more Kyoshi, especially if she references her two books. Same with Yang Chen, though I still need to read the second Yang Chen book. I wish I had more to base this off of, like if there's going to be spirits involved or whatever. I assume spirits won't be too involved. I think that's all I wanted to talk about. I'm just excited to see Avatar on a big screen. And I hope this movie does well. I hope it's a good movie. I would love to see more 2D animated movies, especially if they're Avatar movies. But I think we're just gonna have to wait and see. And I hope that Nickelodeon, Paramount, they take their time and then they produce a really great film. Because I feel like if it's good, Avatar will just make so much money. And maybe it'll get them to make an actual good Avatar game. So let me know what you think about the Avatar The Legend of Aang movie, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Have a good day, and goodbye!